Hi, and thanks for joining Scruffy Politics. Stimpy here in Detroit, Steve-O over there in the western suburbs of Chicago. And we're going to start out talking about Tesla, how it's under attack by Democrats who do not like Elon Musk and do not like what he is doing with DOGE. So I guess they feel like a good way to get back at him is by destroying Tesla vehicles, vandalizing them, burning them, throwing Molotov cocktails, and setting dealerships on fire. Now, the thing that I find interesting about this is two things. One, Tim Walz had some comments recently where he was actually glorifying this and making it sound like this was a fantastic thing that the stock price is going down. Apparently, he doesn't think that Democrats own Tesla in any of their retirement funds. So I don't think that's very he's very short-sighted in making comments like that. And I personally find it an incredible buying opportunity. Tesla is an amazing company. They've done amazing things. They're without a doubt a market leader. And they have several products in the pipeline. It's not just Tesla cars. So I own Tesla stock. I'm going to buy more Tesla stock. And I thank Democrats for putting it on sale. I think it's a phenomenal thing that they're making it cheaper for me to buy, because Tesla is going to end up like Google. At some point, it's going to be worth $1 trillion, and I will be, sitting on a nice return when that day comes. But I don't know. What's your take on it?
I don't think it's just the Democrats who are attacking the Tesla dealerships. It's also independents who are frustrated, and you never know. Just like when the MAGAs said that there were a lot of liberals who went in acting like MAGA supporters on January 6th, attacking. There are rumors that this could be caused by some MAGA movements to make it look like liberals. Am I saying that's true? I don't think it is, but I don't think everyone is a Democrat. And when Tim Walz made that comment, I thought it was before the violent attacks on Tesla started. I thought it was when people started just protesting outside the dealerships. And it's very hard to root for Tesla right now. And I'm not saying attack the cars or ruin property and vandalize, but I'm saying it's very hard to root for Elon Musk, who's not a good guy, who's not for the working man, who is very greedy and on a power trip right now. And it's very hard to root for Tesla. It's very hard to root for the company to do good. It's very hard to say, "Oh yeah, I
But
want to see Tesla do good right now." When
but
most
I
Americans, I
wonder.
think, are not wanting to see Tesla do good. I think they want Elon Musk out of their life, and then maybe Tesla might do better if Elon Musk wasn't such a jackass.
So, but why do Democrats not have the ability to differentiate between Elon Musk, the person, and Tesla, which is a car company? Like, why is the car company responsible? It's just a way to attack Elon Musk because they can't get to him personally, right? Like, these people would love to spray paint Elon Musk, or they'd love to break him in two. But since they can't get to him, they're like, hey, I know there's a Tesla dealer down the corner. So you're actually, by hurting a car company, you're hurting all the people that work at the car company. There's no doubt there's lots of Democrats who work at that car company. You have to. It's just our society's 50-50, right? That means half of the Tesla workers are probably, so the stock price falls, and many people who work for a manufacturer like that get breaks to buy stock. So half of the people in that factory are probably Democrats. Probably a large percent of them own Tesla stock. And then Tim Walz makes a comment like, ha, 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 it's funny the MAGA people are losing money on their Tesla stock. Well, that's so stupid on his part. It's
I
not
agree.
just Trump supporters that own Tesla. Lots of Democrats do. I mean, you might have it in your retirement fund and not even know it. You don't know what, your retirement fund, you don't know what they're buying and
It
selling.
yeah, and unfortunately, it's not affecting Elon Musk, and Elon Musk could care less how it's affecting people at his dealerships or shops. But So yeah, so attacking and vandalizing Teslas is really stupid. I saw a couple tiny little videos where someone would key a Tesla. That's really stupid, really dumb. If you're seen doing that to someone's Tesla, they should have the right to protect their Tesla, just like it's
So
property. So yeah, it's bad. But I found it funny how the MAGAs who are so outraged by these Tesla attacks, they're the same ones who are calling these individuals domestic terrorists. Okay, I could see that if you're uh, doing that, but they're the same ones who are defending the people who were pardoned, who were caught beating police officers and hitting police officers on January 6th. So I think the MAGA crowd needs to be like, okay, both are really bad at equal, at equal levels. So yes,
Well, I think there's an important differentiation to make there, though. So the January 6th people were protesting a political situation because they wanted to ask questions about the election, and they were being told, no, you can't ask those questions. You just have to accept the results the way they are, regardless of rules that were broken or how they look. The Tesla situation is different. You're actively scaring the entire population of potential car buyers. So if you're just a regular person who doesn't pay attention to politics and you're going car shopping today, do you really want to buy a Tesla knowing that you might just put a big X on your back and you don't know when some crazy person's going to come out of the woodwork and spray paint or go after your car with a hammer? All because they don't even know why if they're not political. They're like, all I know is if I buy a Tesla right now, I could endanger my life. Okay, that's not the same as January 6th because the people that were violent and beat cops and broke windows was a very tiny percentage of the people that they went after and actually prosecuted. 80-90% of the people prosecuted there were people that were just walking around inside the building. But my point is, were you afraid that anybody from January 6th was going to come after you in the grocery store parking lot? Probably not. That's why, to me, this is terrorism, because if I were to go buy a Tesla today, I would be afraid some whack job is going to come after me with a hammer because I'm making some comment about I like Trump and I like Musk.
well, I think this goes down to if you really peel the onion, the layers of the onion, deep down, it all goes down to Musk again. Musk and his hatred for people and minorities and immigrants and trying to go in and find fraud instead of just saying wasteful spending that Congress in the past have voted on. So all this fraud that he is claiming there is without any proof whatsoever. There's been no proof of what he's been saying. But
Actually, I have one of those we can talk about.
okay,
I found that's
but
pretty
is it
amazing.
fraud? Is it fraud or wasteful
Yeah.
spending? Because
Well,
if it's
just listen.
fraud,
I'll just tell
then
you
to
this
find
real
out who
quick.
committed the fraud. But if it's
So,
wasteful spending, then that's much different.
well, this is a little off topic, but I just got to go through this because I find it amazing. So there was a private IT company that the IRS contracted with as consultants to modernize their equipment. They were supposed to deliver their contract in 1996. It's still ongoing. They're $15 billion over budget. And we're talking about updating things like phone systems, computer systems, laptop screens. I mean, so the DOGE team went in and found this, and they were like, this appears like this is just this company has been ripping off the IRS for years, not delivering, right? They just keep dragging it out. Like, it would be like me coming to your house and saying, sure, Steve, I'm going to paint your house for $1,000. And 30 years later, now you've spent $50,000. And I'm like, I'm going to finish, Steve, in the next 6 months, I promise. You're only going to have to pay me one more time, right? And it just keeps going on. Because again, with government, they don't care. It's not their money. No one ever looked into this. So the DOGE team comes in, they find this. They're like, this company has been taking advantage of you for 30 years, overcharging you, not delivering anything. So they immediately cancel the contract. I mean, bravo.
Okay,
Thank goodness.
So
You wouldn't
then,
allow that to happen at your house. So why
then-
are we letting the government do it?
okay, so then as taxpayers, are they going to send us all that money back?
Well, it went to
that's my
it went to
question.
I'm sure some company who had a big friend that was high up with the Democrats. I mean, somebody had to have known and given protection. How does something like that go on for that long? That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way I can imagine things like that happen is it's because there was Democrats that were high up on the food chain that were watching over it and protecting it and saying, "Don't worry about it. We'll take it." And then it just goes on and on and on.
It couldn't have just been just the Democrats. It's Democrats and Republicans. Both sides are dirty.
Well, I'm not saying there's not corrupt Republicans. There's plenty of
both
them.
Both sides are dirty, and both sides don't have backbones.
But if you don't look into things, I mean, every middle class family has to look at their finances. And you would not tolerate things in your own financial picture that look out of control because we can't. We would just go broke, right? But the government can afford to do it. That's why we're 36 trillion in debt, because they don't look at any of this stuff, you know? I mean, if I was charging you 10 grand a year to paint your house and I never finished and it's been 30 years, you'd be broke too. You'd be how many millions in debt, you know?
But isn't Musk in conflict of interest now because of his Cybertrucks and the government contract that he's getting off of our tax dollars, and I think there needs to be an investigation looked into what Trump has sent Russia during COVID, when he sent Russia COVID test strips
I agree there's a potential conflict of interest with Musk being involved in government contracts, but at the same time, he's currently doing stuff that no one else can do. I mean, you realize NASA couldn't even save those astronauts. It was literally Elon Musk and SpaceX were the only ones that could do it. So what do you do with a guy that is that important?
What he's also doing is he's doing a couple good things. And then look at this, but then all the other things he's doing, don't look. He doesn't want you to see it. Okay?
Well, I do find it interesting
and he doesn't want you to know how much he is lying to the American public about all this fraud. He needs to show proof. He is a bullshitter. He is just like Trump. He is a bullshitter, and he does not have our best interest. I'm sorry. He does not care about us, unless if you're a really high millionaire or a billionaire. But most of us, and this is a fact, most of us are closer to homelessness than we are to being a billionaire. Okay,
true.
So we are coddling this Elon guy. Oh, Elon! Oh, he's so great. He has our best interest. Bullshit. He doesn't care about the Medicaid costs that's going to affect those in nursing homes and your aunt or your uncle or grandma or your parent. He doesn't care about that. So so all this Tesla, it all goes down to who Elon is as a person. And yes, right now it's not affecting him, it's affecting those at the dealerships. But then those at the dealer, and everything will be covered by insurance anyways, okay?
So if Elon is such a bad person, he was definitely a bad person 5 years ago when he was supporting Biden. How come you weren't speaking out against him then and telling everybody what a bad person he was?
Oh, well, I didn't like him then. He'll just go with whoever accepts him. That's what people don't understand. He's with the Republicans now because the Republicans accept him, okay? Whereas the Democrats kind of knew he was a joke, okay? And it's just it's all very messed up. It's all about who he is as a person. I mean, this is a guy who, he has so many children with different women, and let me tell you something. If Kamala Harris had maybe 2 children with 2 different men, the Republicans in the MAGA crowd would be calling her slut and so many other names. But Elon can have so many babies with so many different women. Oh, but that's okay because he's Elon.
Well, he wasn't running for
this is where
the.
he's not a good person. This is where he's not a good person. He has a child who is gay, and has totally has nothing to do with that child anymore. I think she or he is a teenager. I'm not sure if it's a he or a she, but yeah, totally cut that child out of his life.
I don't know anything about his kids, to be honest, but
it's true. Of course, the news isn't gonna report it because they're afraid. Of course, because they don't want to get sued because they can't have their First Amendment rights anymore. Apparently, so. and don't worry, I doubt Elon will ever find this channel. So. Screw you, Elon. Yeah, so
he's got a lot more things to do to work on than sue us. So, all right, this was a good discussion.
Me. You'll not, yeah, because I have that type of money. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we'll leave this one here, and we'll be back with another one. Don't forget to like our video, leave a comment, tell us what you think about this conversation.
And
we also
do not
have
buy a Tesla. Okay.
And we also have a podcast. It's on iHeartRadio. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. It's on all of them out there. If you like what we're talking about and you like our discussion. All right. Thanks. Bye.